Hey, what is up guys, Klassen here. Welcome for Slim to the Suit. And it is Sunday, it's 11:12. Yep. And I'm just getting ready to go to work. Usually work all weekend, working on a huge omelet here. A bit of a brunch before I go out. I just want to show you guys something that I do every morning. So this is my protein powder that I use. Power Whey Complex is my favorite. This is probably my 6th container in a row of it. Just currently running through the flavors here. I got cookies and cream right now. And I love this stuff. It's great. 140 calories. 26 grams of proteins, only 2 grams of carbs, which is really good, 2.5 grams of fat, and it tastes amazing. And this is fairly, it's a $70 container. I spend a little more for the quality, and when it comes to protein, I think that that's a good place to spend your money. You want to get the best, right? So usually this is just what I have for breakfast. I'm gonna whip up one of these guys. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about this week is that as I've been progressing, you go through the major transitions, like cutting off like bad things that you normally do, like eating chips for me. It's like that's the first transition, like big thing like that. Or like just like not snacking so hard at night. That's a big transition for me. But as you go along, you start getting good at it and you start tweaking little things. I've been doing that, I've been tweaking a lot of things and I'm feeling good about it. I'm making good progress. But now I'm getting to like the roots of the bad habits that I have. And I totally forgot about these things because I'm like, so absorbed in my world of kinesiology. Sometimes it's like all the knowledge clashes and then you start to get confused in your mind and you start to think that things that aren't okay are okay, or you just justify consuming too much of something when you should still be regulating it. And the example that I'm thinking about is milk, because I love milk and milk is so good for you, but I always forget that it's like 110 calories for a cup. And I always have like huge glasses of milk. So that's like 2 cups right there. And then I'll have 2 cups of those huge glasses. So right there, that's like a ton of calories just because of milk. And then I'll have milk in my protein shake for breakfast. I'll have it if I'm at home for lunch. And I'll have it at supper, like 2 cups. Like no freaking wonder, right? Calories are calories. It doesn't matter if it's from an apple or if it's from milk or if it's from ice cream. Calorie is a calorie. So you can't just let calories slide because it's a certain calorie from a certain thing, because it's all the same thing. Calories are calories. If you go over on your calories, it doesn't matter if you went over in your calories eating red peppers or if it was Oreos. The difference is that certain food is less in calories and you can get away with eating more of certain things while consuming less calories. That's the trick. But right now I'm just working on tweaking some of these little things like this lovely milk here. And now I'm gonna go on to completely contradict myself. One trick that I do, or tip for you, whatever, it really helps when converting to a different lifestyle. And I'm not talking about like dieting and like counting your calories super hard for the rest of your life. I just mean like having a healthy lifestyle. Because no one's lifestyle is perfect. Everybody wants to have a few cheat meals. Everyone wants to be able to have some snacks with their friends, right? That's realistic thinking. Thinking that you're gonna grind for a 6-pack your entire life isn't very good long-term planning. So you want to plan to just live healthy in general so you don't have to sweat the small stuff as much. So when it comes to calories, I got some vegetables here. I'm not going to count them. When I'm at work today, I'm going to have this huge grapefruit. I'm not going to count it. When I have this apple at work today, even though it's a little ball of sugar and carbs, I'm not going to count it. I don't count fruits and vegetables. Okay, they have so many nutritional benefits for you, vitamins and minerals. And things they're just packed full of these things, and you don't get so many vitamins anywhere else. The second you start cutting out fruits and vegetables, you're losing the battle. You're losing the long-term health battle. And yeah, while a calorie is a calorie, fruits and vegetables generally you don't have to worry about too much. Like I would more worry about the big things you're eating, like, oh, how much is this huge plate of pasta, or like how much is a slice of pizza? Like those are more things that you wanna maybe think a little bit about. But when it comes to like, can I afford to eat this apple? Yes, you can. If you're gonna go over because you ate an apple, you did something wrong along the way. Now for the finishing touches on this burnt omelet. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So if I was going to work, this is the kind of lunch I would bring. I usually have, an orange. I bought grapefruit because I love myself. I'm gonna have 1 or 2 apples with me. I'm gonna try and bring some vegetables, not always the case, but I try. Nutri-Grain bar. Nutri-Grain bars, they're kind of my emergency carbs. Like if I'm dying and I didn't have enough food for whatever reason, the 25 grams of carbs, so I don't just snack on these things anymore like I used to. I used to just pound these things back. But now it's kind of like emergency food. Red Rain, told you guys about this, only 10 calories, energy drink. When eventually this coffee runs out, my drug addicted body starts going through caffeine withdrawal. And usually a main course, so now this is gonna be a sandwich that I've prepared at home, or it's gonna be chicken, which I'm about to do, and I'm not gonna film because how many times do fitness YouTubers need to film themselves cooking chicken? I did it once, that's good. I met my quota, okay? Don't expect it again. I have a video that has reached 50,000 views of me cooking chicken. Go watch that. Hey, what's up guys? It is Monday, just got home from my spring courses. So glad that started again. And I saw this on my doorstep, so super excited. So this should be the mic and the light I ordered. Rode video mic and some LED lighting. And normally I wouldn't review camera equipment, but I reviewed this camera I'm filming on right now and it got over 700 views, so why not, right? Quick update, yeah, you can find a review video for the mic and the light on my channel, because I'm probably going to be uploading them and posting them before this episode comes out.
But that's why your physical posture tells a lot about who you are. Sign up for a real show. Very weak call but
We can take the house by its down now, and I just like to say, wow, what a sexy audience.
Hey guys, it is Thursday. If you're watching this episode, then you get the pleasure of witnessing me test out my new mic and my new lighting equipment for the first time on YouTube. I did those 2 reviews, so if you're more interested in this kind of thing, you can go check that out. But this is my first official test, so bear with me. My videos might change a little bit because I'm trying to figure out where to put the light, where to best put the mic. I've been kind of doing a bit of research, but yeah, so again, it's Thursday. That means that it is 1 week since my last one for the suit video. This week has been really good. It's been a really encouraging week. Like I mentioned in my last video, I really have felt inspired and motivated, and I thought it was gonna kind of almost be like a couple-day thing because I just felt so good, and then I was just gonna burn out and crash, but that hasn't happened yet. I'm still super excited about my goals and what I'm working towards, so that's awesome. I really feel like I learned how to shift on the offense, and I've just been going hard. So yeah, that's great. So in terms of how I've exercised this last week, I've really been focusing on the cardio aspect and really just weightlifting on maintenance. Kind of like I'll do like a few exercises before I hit the treadmill, and then I give it all into the treadmill instead of like giving it all into my bench press and then burning out on the cardio. I'm really putting it all into my cardio, because my focus has been calorie burning. My focus has switched from lifting weights and getting muscles, and it's kind of locked into fat loss. And that took a bit of adjusting. That took a bit of transitioning, but it's really starting to feel more natural. Like I mentioned before, even eating right, it's felt easier. It's felt more natural. It's easier to say no to things. And I probably mentioned this on my last week's video, but it really does take a few weeks to transition. So after week 2 or week 3, you're starting to feel like discouraged. Just keep going. You're almost there. Your body has to transform. This is why I advocate a healthy lifestyle and not just going on diets and not just going on these crazes where you do this and then you do this and then you do this. Like, just try and incorporate it into your lifestyle. Okay, if you want to do specific weight training or specific cardio training in your lifestyle, good, you know, work with that. But for the most part, make sure you have the fundamentals down. It's the same reason you don't put plates on a barbell before you squat with them. You learn to squat first before you start doing all the fancy things. So before you start worrying about keto diets and all these weird fad diets, like, make sure that you just, like, a normal diet is good and is working for you. Before you go into Olympic weightlifting, make sure that you can like deadlift like a pair of dumbbells. You know, it's the essentials first. I started my spring courses this week, which sucks. I have a gap between my first class and my second class, which is just enough time to get a quick workout in. So I started doing that yesterday, so I don't have to like be at school all day and then go home and then have to worry about going to the gym, especially if I have to work on top of it. It's impossible. So you just have to find that sweet spot, you know? No matter how busy your day is, you gotta find that sweet spot. And it's there, it's somewhere. You just gotta find it. And sometimes it's not easy. So on certain days, mine is going to be between my first and my second class. I go to the university gym, and at the U of W gym yesterday, I went for a run on a curved treadmill. Now those, I actually really enjoyed it. It's really hard at first. You feel like a clumsy fool in the beginning, but the more you practice, the better you get at it, and it's awesome. I burned way more calories on that thing than I did on a normal treadmill. If I'm ever gonna buy a treadmill, it's gonna be one of those because it doesn't require electricity. It's literally your own. It's just you running on a curved belt, and it's curved so that you don't run into the wall. That's it. It was awesome. And I reintroduced. I tried practicing a bit of cleans again. It's my first time kind of doing that since I hurt my finger, and the whole clean motion, my catch was. It hurt a whole lot in my knuckles, so I'm not quite there yet. So I just kind of kept a grip on the bar, and I'd come up and kind of catch in my wrists and out of my fingers. Then I'd go into a jerk, and then I did dumbbell cleans, like 70-pound dumbbells or something, just to clean like from the ground up, and they felt really good. Like I was dripping with sweat, like they just felt awesome. Oh, I don't think my chops have ever been this sore in my life, but boy did those cleans feel good. I highly recommend you trying out those cleans. It's an excellent beginner gateway exercise into Olympic lifting. I go to the university gym. It's probably my least favorite gym to work out in the city, but it's a gym, right? And I can't afford to be picky. I have goals and I have dreams. And you don't always have the luxury of working out in your dream gym and working out in your favorite space. Sometimes if you got to crank out some burpees in your basement, then do that. I actually did that a couple nights ago. I was up until about 11 because I was doing a HIIT workout before I went to bed because my free time that night started at 10:30. I was busy all day. I had no chance to work out. My only chance came that late in the evening. So I did it, you know? So don't ever complain to me about not having time, because we don't always have that luxury of having a 3-hour gap to go work out, you know? Even a vigorous 15 minutes of exercise can help you. Like some nights, my free time doesn't start till pretty much before I go to bed, so I just go for a walk before bed, or like, you know, if I don't have anything up the next morning and I didn't have time all day, you know, and I can sleep in, I'll go for a walk at like midnight, you know, because everything helps. Like 1% progress is better than 0%. If you were to do just the slightest thing differently every day instead of not doing anything at all, it's going to make a difference. So this week was really good because my weight was probably at its lowest since I've started, and I think 2 days ago I weighed myself and I was about 10 pounds lighter than I was when I started this series. That means it has taken me about 3 to 4 weeks to adjust to a new lifestyle, and tweaking here and tweaking here and tweaking here, and finally the changes are starting to happen. I weighed myself today and I was like a couple pounds heavier than I was that day, but it's because, you know, you have breakfast and you have water and you have coffee, and like you forget the fact that you very easily consume like 5 pounds of mass throughout the day while you're drinking water and eating food. So I don't like to weigh myself midday or in the evening, but right in the morning is the best time. And that's all I'm going to say for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a like. Stay tuned for my next Slim for the Suit series episode next Thursday. Klassen out.